Everything's brat today. Hello darlings, welcome to my home. I'm Catherine, and on this day, we will be starting a new YouTube series called Music Monthly. Music Monthly, I'll put it here. So basically, at the end of every month, I'd like to do a fun makeup look and talk about my favorite new music that came out within that month. Since this is my first one, I'm going to be doing music that is maybe about 3 months old, and it'll be a good range of different genres. I'm going to be talking about things that I actually listen to. So I'd like to be able to introduce you to new music, maybe music you're already adjacent to. One of my favorite things as a kid was making mixtapes for people, mix CDs, playlists. So I will have all of these songs in a playlist on Spotify. I'll have it linked down below. But I'm also going to have a YouTube playlist with all of them as well. It might be ongoing, it might be separate, I don't know yet. We'll figure that part out. So let me know down below if you like any of this, if you don't like it, what you guys have been listening to, and let's see where the brush takes us, and let's go. Okay. Ooh. Welcome to my face. We're gonna start with the eyes as usual. That's kind of what I always do. So, beep beep, NYX eyeshadow base in whatever that is, nude, ESBO3. There you go. This one, you're supposed to put it on and let it dry, and I never let it dry, and I always use too much, so I'm gonna try today. Try to be good. I'm also listening to this music as I make the video, so everything's stuck in my head. All of this stuff's stuck in my head. This playlist is about an hour long, so if you want something, for a good car ride, I'm gonna try and keep it about an hour to 2 hours. I don't want to be there's so much new music coming out all the time anyway, so I don't want to go crazy, and I listen to anything that's new. So that's how I find a lot of the artists that I listen to now is I probably found them just on a random playlist, or they were featured in someone's video. I'm going to be talking about Brooke Candy's new album today, just a little bit, because I don't want these to be super in-depth or anything. I might do those later on, but this is kind of just what I've been listening to and fun stuff about it. But Brooke Candy, I found her because she was in the music video for Grimes, for Genesis, the song Genesis by Grimes. And I remember that song kind of blew my mind when I first heard it. It was so good. And that was such an innocent time. But I remember seeing her in the music video, and I was like, who is this? And so I remember, looking her up from that. And that's kind of how I found her. And she's been doing stuff with so many people, but the song she just released is with Charli XCX. But we'll get into that in a moment. So I gotta actually let this dry, but that'll give us time to swak. So the first song I want to talk about is Alibi by Sevdaliza, featuring Pablo, Vittar, and Yseult. Sevdaliza is amazing. All of her music is just so interesting. I've been a fan of hers for a bit now, and Sirens of the Caspian came out. I don't know how many years ago that was at this point, but that's another really good one to look up. She always does really curated music videos and features, the people she features on her work. It makes sense. She also just did a song with Grimes and Madonna and Julia Fox, and I think A$AP Ferg was in there too. The song is definitely a female empowerment song. It features English, Portuguese, and French. Oh, sorry. I'm going in with the Oh Honey palette in Oh Honey. Just kind of as a base. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing some sort of copper somewhere, so it's a good base. But the song kind of starts out with Pablo belting it. And it has kind of reggaeton vibes. Sevdaliza sings in English, Pablo sings in Portuguese, and Yseult sings in French. I did not know Yseult before this. I knew Pablo Vittar is a world-renowned artist, and Yseult, she also has one that just came out a couple months ago called Bitch You Could Never, and it's just so powerful. The music video is also really good for that one, so I would look that one up. But the fashion, the music, kind of the message, I'm just loving all of it. And so that was a really fun one to kind of start out the month with for me. I'm just kind of going in with all the base colors. I'm going to put a little shimmer of copper on the lid. But we're starting with like the neutrals in here. So the next song is Block by Brooke. And it has some like backing vocals by Charli XCX. And they've done stuff together before too, but Brooke has a new album out called Candyland, and it kind of just came out, and it's really good. She's really one of those artists that mixes all the genres. She does whatever the fuck she wants, and I really love that. I'm excited for like all the visuals. She usually has really amazing visuals for her work, and to see her grow from, you know, that girl in the Genesis video to now is really amazing. And so I hope to see more from her. It's definitely like you can hear Charli XCX, like the influence in the song. But I really kind of love the club vibe. It's very LA. No, I love Brooke, and anytime she puts something out, it's like I click so fast. But the first like kind of Brooke music I got into was more of her rap stuff. But that brings us on to our next rapstress, Miss Cupcakke. Cupcakke just put a new album out, Dauntless Manifesto, and whew, it's so good. I love Cupcakke, and I really love her visuals as well, and all of her lyrics, all of her sounds. Everything's very cohesive with Cupcakke for sure. And I think this album is a little bit more like of a mature version. It's definitely been produced really well. This album has a ton of really good songs. But my favorite is probably Aura. Looking at your aura. And it's kind of another women's empowerment song. It kind of talks about how guys, you know, like your aura more than the way you look, and that like everybody's beautiful, you know, at the base of the song. And I really love that, especially coming from her. I think it's important that, like, you know, we can all have the same message, but not everyone's going to receive it from like one person the same as the other. Staying in the rap queendom, BbyMutha also has been putting out some really amazing music. I think the most recent one she just released was Sheesh Battle, and oh my lord, like I just saw her live in concert like maybe a month ago, and it's like I don't really know anybody else who raps like her right now. And she has a really unique perspective. She's a mother of 4, you know, and I don't think anybody's really doing music and rap the way she is. But Sheesh Battle specifically, it's just another really good banger. But it has like a tempo change in it. Every few bars it has a tempo change in it. And I think that's really unique. So yeah, she's killing it. She was like crocheting at her concerts. She didn't do it at ours. Performing in Denver is really hard just because of the altitude, and they were coming from like Kansas City, so they had to drive like really far, and then they were slightly late coming in, but it's like that's kind of how it always is at Denver concerts. I've had several concerts here get canceled because people are sick, and it really sucks, but it happens. Anything she puts out, man, I supported her Apothecary, man. I'll support BbyMutha till the end. Moving on to another amazing rapper, Ocean Kelly. Like some of these artists I'm talking about, it's like anything they put out is good, and that's why I love them. But Ocean Kelly just put out omelette au fromage, and it's kind of a remix of Omelette from a few months ago, and it features like 9 other queer artists. So that's something I always really love, is like when artists kind of feature like the right people who it makes sense that they're working for. It's not just like clout chasing. and people who, you know, want other people to get their flowers. And so I think Ocean Kelly's one of those rappers for sure. But again, it has those kind of driving, like, house club vibes. I love techno and electronic music mixed with rap. I think it's a really good combination. And, you know, now it's like we're just living in this time where things are such a mix of genres. And so that's kind of why I feel like my music goes between all of them, because it's like none of it really fits, which is fun for me. Another kind of big hitter in the rap world right now is Bree Runway. Anything she does, I'm always like, okay, this is good. And it just gets better and better. It feels like it's gotten better every time. But she just released a song called Just Like That. That's what I have blasting in my car when I'm going down the highway. She has a full album that came out maybe a year or two ago. You know, I haven't done research on any of the extra stuff I'm talking about. But that one has like X2C on it. And that's probably one of my favorite songs by her. I typically find myself listening more to female rappers just because I can relate to it more. But that really doesn't mean that I don't like other, you know, male or non-binary rappers or anything like that. It's just what I've been listening to this month and kind of what came out this month. Obviously, I listen to older stuff, but usually I'll have kind of my current playlist going or my liked songs playing from the beginning. So they're the songs that I usually hear the most, are the newer ones. So next is Flyana Boss. They just had a new song come out called The Hot Butter Summertime, and they're really fun. I think they're one of the more like lighthearted kind of groups in rap right now. And they're my age too. They're in their early 30s. One of the girls is pregnant, so it's really cool to see the music videos where it's like they're not trying to hide it. But all their songs are just really fun and, you know, mostly empowering to women, which is, you know, a common theme in my music choice, I guess. So taking us to the genre of pop rap, we have Priyanka has a new song called Gucciyanka, featuring Lemon. And Priyanka is the winner of Canada's Drag Race, season 1. And she's been putting out really, really good music. Like No New Friends is another really good one. I'll put that in the playlist. And Lemon just on the show. So Lemon is a white girl, and on the show, they gave her a weird edit, and you know, we're kind of making fun of her for saying that she's like a rapstress and all this stuff. But she released an album, and it's like she is a rapstress, like she really is. And that one's called Citrusy. Priyanka's really been turning out the hits, and her music videos are really fun. She always has really great fashion. She had kind of a glow up from her season, which it's like she won and she's had a glow up, so that should tell you something. But anytime she releases stuff, I'm kind of there for it. So the next one is Life by Jamie XX. Yeah, Jamie XX. I don't know why. He's one of those artists that's been adjacent. Like, I've seen the name, but I can't like place a song. Sometimes I'm not very good at even placing like people I know, but this one is really good. It's definitely got that kind of house driving sound to it. The beginning kind of gives me like 90s. A lot of the songs and sounds that I'm hearing right now are either disco revival or it's kind of like 90s club classic. You know, in the genre that I'm listening to, I guess in my new music, that's what a common theme I'm seeing with some new music that's coming out. Definitely the disco stuff, and it's kind of like late 70s disco, so it still has more of a 70s sound. But that's kind of when disco started to come in, was like 78, I think. You know, people can argue about that in the comments. But Robyn is another one where anytime she kind of like releases anything, I gotta click on it, because she's been releasing some really good stuff. So Robyn just did a song as well with Charli XCX and Young Lean. It's the 360 remix on Brat, but it's the same, but there's 3 more songs, so it's not, or whatever that the other album that just came out. And it's really good. Like, she is definitely like child star. Like, she's kind of gotten into the icon territory now. Robyn has, and anything she releases, it's like really fun. you would want to hear it at the club, but it's really good for listening to in the car. But this one's just like an uplifting song for sure. So another really like uplifting song that just came out is Vanessa Williams, Lion Babe, and Trixie Mattel with Bop. And it's definitely indicative of like Vanessa Williams' kind of older music. She's kind of a club classic queen where you hear her stuff still in the clubs now, but she's one of the dolls. She's one of the girls. Like I really love her. And then she features her daughter, who is Lion Babe, on the song, and the music video is really fun. But it's kind of saying like, the kids need a bop, I'll give you a bop, you know. Like I think she's one of those people who just kind of gets it. You know, I'm also one of those people who kind of I think splitting people up by the generation that they were born is like the weirdest thing, because one, it's like you don't control it, and two, you're kind of discounting people before you have even listened to them or gotten to know them. And people like Vanessa Williams, I think she's doing a really good job at staying kind of current, but also not pretending that she's not of a certain vintage. She does a really good job of like paying homage to those club classics, paying homage to her own sound and her own accomplishments, but still staying, like I was saying, still staying current. But it was just a really like cool thing to see pop up on my YouTube, actually, to be like, oh shoot, Vanessa, mother, new song, of course. It was also really funny to see like Trixie Mattel keeps popping up, even though she's like on a hiatus right now. I feel like I've seen her more now since she said she was going on a hiatus than I have in a bit. So I think that's really funny. I feel like I have a feeling it has to do with like the algorithm. Like people are searching her more because she said, oh, I'm going on hiatus. So people are like, oh, let me look at her older stuff. I'll bring the bop. So another bop that just came out is Paris Hilton, I'm Free, featuring Rina Sawayama. And I really love Rina, anything she's on. She's done some features with Charli XCX and stuff. And this one, like, Paris Hilton has had a really interesting year. She's come out about a lot of things that happened to her, but she's also kind of just released a bunch of things, products and such, and she's kind of getting a revival, and I really love that. But she's been releasing this really good music, and it's all about female empowerment. Like I said, it's like that is definitely a common theme in the music that I listen to. Speaking of free, I think you know where I'm going. If you know, you know. So Miss Jade, oh Jade, so Jade Thirlwall of the well-known Little Mix, she and Perry just went solo, and Jade's song, oh my god. So Jade just come out with Angel of My Dreams. Now this is another really good one. When it came out, I watched the music video and I was like, oh, this is cute, you know, this is really interesting. But then halfway through I was like, oh, this is a banger. And it's definitely about her experience kind of in the music world, as a young girl, but also as part of a like a show. That's right, X Factor. So now I'm going in with the Lime Crime Glory palette. I put some base tape, just to be able to stick the glitter a little bit better. But the music video is kind of about Simon Cowell, I believe, like from what people are saying. And she's had a really interesting run in her career, her music career. You know, starting very young and then going on X Factor. And now she has her solo, you know, venture, which I think is really awesome. I'm really excited for her. But the song kind of covers several different genres as well. It starts out almost sing-songy, like theater, kind of pop song. And then it goes into like a club mix, like, and I really love that. It's cool to see like a very professional, you know, adult pop star who really knows who they are. And Perry's new music too has been really fun. But this Angel of My Dreams is just like, it came out and I was not expecting it. I wasn't expecting it to be so good. And it's been playing in my car since I found it. So another great artist coming from the UK is Raye, R-A-Y-E. YE. She just released a song called Genesis. It's kind of like a three-part song. I'm not sure how someone would like categorize this song, but it starts out kind of with like a story, kind of somber pop song, and then it goes into a little bit more of like a theatrical, maybe jazz pop number, and then it ends with more of a classic jazz, like scat. And she kind of just talks about her story. You know, I really love story songs. It sounds like maybe she's sober for the first time in a while. She kind of talks about like insecurities and, you know, what drinking can do to you and things like that. It's also a really interesting mix of like moods. Some of it's very uplifting, you know, energetic, and some of it's very somber. And I really like that about her music just in general. Next up is another new artist, Moonchild Sanali. I just watched her Colors performance, and it was really good. I really like it. It's kind of more of an upbeat song called Sweet and Savage. I would say it's kind of like a queer empowerment song. Like I've been saying, a lot of the music that I like is very like, it's very much about expressing yourself and being yourself, being free to be yourself. And I think if you just watch the video and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like girls, I nibble on boys now and then. Another like smaller artist, you know, I hate to say that, but it's like another artist that not every single person knows, is Lynx. And they just released a song called I Just Feel Like Shit. I Feel Like Shit. And it's a really good, it's actually pretty it's actually pretty like energizing, and it just gets me going. Like this one's more of it's like rock electronic, I would say. Maybe you guys can help me in the comments and say like what kind of genre you think, you know, these people are. I just really like music that mixes it all up. So I don't really concern myself with like, what genre is this? But now that I'm talking about it, it would be nice to be able to let you guys know kind of what it is, other than saying, this is a song I like and I like it. Another really cool thing about Lynx is they wear a face mask, but it kind of seems like it would be a little bit scary, but it's definitely more fashion to me. You know, Lee Bowery is a huge inspiration for a lot of people. And even though, you know, it's like not everybody wants to be compared to everybody, like face mask does not make a Lee Bowery influence, but some people are, and that's what I think of when I think of Lynx. So I would definitely check out their music videos, their fashion. They always release really, really, really good songs. It's very rebellious. Another British artist that I absolutely love, Metronomy. They just came out with another EP. It's called Posse EP Volume 2, where they kind of do all these songs with a bunch of different people. I really love Metronomy. Like anything they put out too, I'm kind of like, click, let me see what they're doing. They released a song a month or two ago called Nice Town, featuring Pan Amsterdam. It kind of starts out with like classic Metronomy, electric drums, but it's a little bit like 90s meets 70s. I would liken it to maybe like a spoken word a little bit, and then it has a really fun like upbeat kind of chorus to it. I don't know why, it just reminds me of like, you know, beeping around town in your little car. I very fun vibes, very positive vibes on that one. Another really fun song that just came out is Lost in Space by Foster the People, from their new album, Take Me Back. And this one is definitely another disco revival. The music video is very, like, you can tell it's inspired by Bob Fosse. It's really cool. It's like all red, and the lead singer, and then a bunch of like dancers, arms, hands, all the things, all the good Fosse things. And I think we can all relate to feeling lost in space without you. You know, it's kind of a love song, I would say. But that one's been really fun, and they have some other new music coming out. So lastly, we have the Australian juggernauts themselves, Empire of the Sun. They just came out with a new album, I want to say like 2 days ago. The new album is titled Ask That God. There's definitely like a really big ascension in consciousness right now, and we'll go into that maybe in another video. But I'm seeing a lot of music that's reflecting kind of this time. And for me, it's like their music specifically, the new music that just came out from Empire of the Sun, is definitely getting me into the right mindset for this raise of consciousness. The first song that I really was attracted to is Changes, and the music video is awesome. And I think it has the son of one of the artists in it as well. But their music videos are always fun. Like, they'll go out in full regalia and to the grocery store, and I really love that. I think they're like weirdly relatable, where it's like everybody wants to be that guy, but they're not that guy. And that's what I want to be like, going to the grocery store, going to 7-Eleven, wearing whatever I want. I'm getting there, but I just really love that they do that. I think a lot of their songs could be considered like love songs. They just have really positive energy, and I think they really put their positive energy into their work. You can kind of feel it when you're listening to the music, and I've loved that especially about this new album. Then they have a song called Cherry Blossom. The music video for that one is also really cool. I think they did all their music videos for this one in Thailand, just from like the way it looks. I can see Thailand in there. Okay, Maybelline Spice for Me. We'll see how this one looks. Yeah, it's similar. Last but not least is Music on the Radio, and this one I really have grown to love. The music video is really fun. I kind of watched all the music videos as they came out, so I'm just finishing off with some orange blush, and I really love the high blush and the 80s kind of sunburnt look. So that's always what I'm going for. Very exaggerated. I'm obviously not doing light makeup. I wish that I could change the weather. See, this was totally a trust the process kind of makeup for sure. It just looks like brown mush for a while. Okay. Blend in the sunburn I already have. So I'm just gonna finish off with Lash Paradise. I think this is L'Oreal. I don't know. So those were my kind of favorite songs that came out this month, or the past few months. I hope you found something that you didn't know about before. There were a few honorable mentions as well. So Doechii right now, she's releasing so much really good stuff, but she has these swamp sessions happening where they're kind of more quick. Baby Tate is doing a similar thing for Tate Tuesdays, where they release kind of freestyles and covers and things like that. But she just released one called Nissan Altima, Doechii did, and that one is so good. I couldn't find it on Spotify, but I will put it on the YouTube playlist. And her fashion right now, she's also doing these swamp style makeovers. I really like where she's coming from. She's from Florida, I believe. My girl Snow the Product, she's always releasing stuff though, so sometimes it's hard to keep up with some of the artists that are releasing stuff all the time. I think Snow the Product is probably one of the more prolific rappers right now. She also raps in both English and Spanish, which I really love. I really want to learn Spanish, but I can barely speak English. So another honorable mention, Kylie Minogue just released My Oh My with BB Rexa and Tuvelo, and I think that one I really love. I've been listening to it a lot. They just released a bunch of remixes, and they kind of mention their star signs, which I think is really smart, especially with astrology becoming much bigger right now. And that one's just another Kylie Minogue can do no wrong in my eyes. Everything she releases is just really good, especially after Tension and all that. And I just want to see more from her. And I think her and Vanessa Williams coming back, I'm this is the comeback that we actually need. Make America gay pop again. So I think we'll leave it there. I'm excited to do this again next month and see what's changed, if there's any new artists that I find, and see what you guys think and what you guys are listening to. So be excellent to each other. Love you. Bye.